Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Brian's Horror Corner. Or welcome if you are new to my channel. Glad to have you here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. So, today, of course, we're going to continue with our current horror movie pack series. Last week, I dropped and reviewed an 8 pack. We're going to cut that in half today and take a look at a four pack, four horror, suspense, thriller kind of movies. And that is this DVD 4 pack right here. So these movies range for as far as years go from 2006 to 2010. And we have DIEner, The Lights, The Hanged Man, and Summer School. Those are the four movies. So just like I did with the 8 pack last week, I'm just going to go ahead and go in the order in which I watched them, read the back as far as the synopsis, talk about my thoughts about them, what I thought of it, and then of course I'll rank them and talk about the overall horror pack and whether or not I'm going to keep it. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this DVD 4 pack horror suspense thrillers. So the first movie I watched was The Lights right here, and this is a slasher movie. So The Lights is from 2009. Four friends set out on a road trip to catch a better view of a once in a lifetime meteor shower. But what begins as a high spirited lark soon turns deadly serious when the teens ignore the ominous warning of the local sheriff and find themselves stranded in backwater Texas, locked in an evil game of cat and mouse. So yeah, that's The Lights from 2009. I actually enjoyed this slasher, especially as a 2000 slasher. It's very low budget. It's not quite like video, but or shot on video, but it's close. The acting's not real good. But all that being said, I still had fun with it. It still got some good kills, some decent blood and gore in it. And like it says, a kind of a cat and mouse game. Um, it's good. I like it as a slasher movie from the 2000s. That's The Lights. Then the next movie I watched was Summer School right here. Summer School is from 2006, I believe. Charlie is a teenage horror buff and even runs his own movie review website. He decides to spend his last evening before the start of summer school by staying up all night to watch one horror flick after another. With no sleep, Charlie suffers from horrifying nightmares while nodding off the next day during class. I really enjoyed this one, Summer School. Again, these are all in like indie films, low budget indie kind of films, but Summer School was a lot of fun. It's a little bit almost like part anthology, part Groundhog Day kind of thing, where our main character keeps waking up and he's in a different sort of horror movie, horror subgenre, if you will, within the school or around the school. And it was just a really fun movie. It had some humor to it, but it also had some good gore and some good kills in it. Yeah, just a very fun movie, Summer School. So I really enjoyed that one. Then next I watched Diner. Um, you get it? The diner. That's what the tagline of the movie is. But Ken is a wandering and unassuming serial killer who enters a forsaken and empty diner during the graveyard shift. After a long conversation with the diner's lone waitress, Rose, Ken kills her and promptly delivers the same fate to the diner's cook Fred, I should say. Diner is a zany, horror-filled escapade in wild zombie invasion. And this is another one. This is more of a horror comedy, again, low budget, but it's really fun. It's just a really good time. I laughed a few times at the characters. The acting's not terrible in this one. I didn't think it was terrible in Summer School. It isn't that great in The Lights, but these two, it's decent for being indie films. But The Diner, like I said, it's just a fun horror comedy where it starts out one way with this serial killer kind of taking over the diner, and he thinks he's got it all figured out, and then shit kind of hits the fan as it relates to zombies and outbreaks and things of that nature. And it's just a really good time, really fun horror comedy, Diner. So that one's from 2000. I believe it's 2010, if I'm not mistaken. And then the final one I watched is The Hanged Man, and this one's from 2007. Seven irrevocably damaged social misfits come together in a chat room looking for understanding and compassion, but ultimately making a suicide pact. One by one, they come together in a remote, abandoned barn to await their savior, chipping away the mask of cyber nicknames, fictional personas, and the and the anonymity of the web. Oh shoot, why can't I say that name? Anonymity, anonymity, anonymity. Ah, fuck it. Of the web. So basically, they break their shell. They come out of their shell, so to speak, and the layers of the onions get unpeeled for each of them. Anonymity. Oh God. Um, I really enjoyed this one too, The Hanged Man. Um, this is more of a serious one, you might say, although it does have some humor in it. But again, I thought the acting was good in this one. It's a good sort of thriller with a lot of twists and turns in it, and then the final twist at the end was I thought was really effective, although not entirely unpredictable. But it was good. You know, it had gore in it. It had some decent kills, decent characters for what it is, and it's an interesting premise where you have this group of. I'm not a big fan of like online horror, but this one I don't mind because they only meet at this location because of online chatting, but that's not like the majority of the movie. But it's a very interesting premise how they make the suicide pact, and then of course things happen, and do they really want to do it, and things of that nature. So I thought it was effective. As far as ranking these four movies go, my favorite has to be Summer School. It was just so much fun. I really enjoyed the main character here and all the different subgenres of horror that they touch on, from like satanic cult to creature feature to even backwoods hillbilly stuff, to vampires to slashers. It kind of has everything, and it's just like I said, it reminds me a lot of um, like not Groundhog Day, but what's the horror one that I can't think of right now? Um, oh geez, my brain's not working. You guys know what I'm talking about. The one with the girl who starts out as a real bitch and then kind of, as she has to repeat the same day, having to do with a slasher, a killer. Then, oh my goodness, why can't I think of that? Just hold on a second, guys. I don't even know if I'm looking at the right. I can't remember, and I'm not going to spend the time thinking about it. But it's a really fun movie, so that's why this is my favorite of the four. Then after that would be The Hanged Man, I think, because this was a really good like unfolding story with an interesting premise and good kills and gore. Then I would probably say DIEner would be third, and then The Lights would be fourth. But I have to say, I all of these movies I think are rewatchable. I will definitely give them a rewatch. So, needless to say, I am keeping this horror four pack. Yeah, I really enjoyed these four movies for what they are. Some were funny, some were just fun and entertaining, some were kind of creepy and effective. And even the slasher movie, even my fourth favorite here. Well, I think it's the lowest of the lowest budget. It feels like the most indie, the worst acting, and I still kind of enjoyed it, to be honest with you, as a slasher. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna keep this DVD four pack of horror, suspense, and thriller here. Go ahead and comment down below if you guys have seen any of these four movies. Like I said, it ranges from 2006, basically the late 2000s is when these movies are made. But yeah, this is a four pack done right. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10 as far as a four horror movie pack four pack. So yeah, please like this video, hit the little notification bell down below, and subscribe to my channel, as I said, if you haven't already. Uh, I hope you're enjoying this horror movie pack review series. And I hope everybody's doing well. And as always, stay scared. Bye.